C3, bishop E7.
And at the same time, we have the Liren, Grischuk, Armageddon game starting. If you don't mind commentating one more time on the game of your compatriot, and then we come back to your game.
Okay.
It's okay?
It's okay.
Okay. One more time, the format is that white starts with 10 minutes, black has 7 minutes, but in case of a draw, black is rewarded the full point. That's the Armageddon or sudden death format. That is, Liren is in a must-win situation.
I think knight 3, new move, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was prepared specially for an Armageddon game.
Good surprise, Alexander.
Usually bishop B2.
Yeah, that here after in this position bishop d3 is more logical. Of course, knight on a3 is always questionable. Bishop f5. Bishop b2.
Yeah.
Bishop b2 has been played.
And the capture on d4.
Knight takes d4, obviously.
And knight e4 by Grischuk.
Bishop e4.
Oh, bishop, sorry, I
Yeah.
missed to see the camera.
Yeah, the question is how to move on with what? Is he going to go knight f3 or capturing? Maybe knight b5, c5. Black's position seems to be very stable.
Yeah, next move, knight c6.
f3 is played.
And e4 after bishop c6.
e4. White has to win the game. Can't black play queen b6? Attack the bishop and have the idea e5? Probably queen b3 should be the move after that, I believe.
The players are surrounded by the rest of the players who in the playing hall.
Knight e4, I don't know.
Knight e4 is possible, maybe there are some tactics. Takes with the idea of just rook a3 or bishop d4.
Yeah.
And takes. So let's see, what are we having? Queen b6 on the board. So maybe something action is really happening. Rook f2 actually probably the only move. So after e5, white can be moving away with his knight. But after rook f2, maybe rook d8 will be the move. So another pin and all kind of tactical ideas.
If you're playing queen to b3 instead of rook f2.
I have the feeling that knight e4 was not seen for white side.
Oh.
And actually knight e4, we have all these tactical things happening.
Knight takes e4, sacrificing a knight because the d4 knight is also hanging.
Yeah, I think white.
Blundered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think rook f2 was probably the move which has to be played, but then rook d8 was not easy for white. So let's see how white is reacting on this. It's definitely a difficult situation for white, and he does not have too many options. Right?
Yeah.
But rook d1, that's what happened. Rook a d1,
Knight c5.
knight c5, but black has a huge advantage if he's not winning in a few moves.
Yes. Yeah, I
And
think it's
Getting is clearly
Liren is
disappointed.
shaking his head, very disappointed, very much annoyed what he has been doing in the last few moves. Actually, it is a very sad situation when
Yeah, blundering a pawn away like this, when he must have prepared knight a3. He played that in the opening as a surprise line, but he ended up choking himself.
well, it's sad because even if you lose or draw in the Armageddon, you don't want to have something like this that already moved 14, he has 7 minutes and struggling and suffering and he can't think that he has any chance, any practical chance.
No, the way he
winning
took
this
on
game.
b6, that gesture was already the gesture that a player that knows that this is
very difficult.
a situation he cannot save.
I see the expression of Ding, which almost he had when he blundered against Magnus. That
Yeah.
bishop f7,
He blundered
rook
his
g6, and blundered his rook. because there is a very slim chance that he can do anything. He even gave away another pawn. So right now black has 2 pawns up, extremely stable position, and very difficult to think of something. Of course, it is a very sad moment for Liren to lose this way in the Armageddon, and well, bishop b5, e5, rook a8, what to play, that's the big dilemma for black.
A8, I think.
Rook a8 is the most appealing, and that's what was happening. What happened? White played rook d2 to cover the second rank, but
H5.
well, e5 is very good and energetic move. Knight e5.
No, I think H5.
Sorry?
H5, I think. I don't know.
e5 or h5? h5, huh? You want to be so
h5?
solid? Nah.
Okay.
Grischuk
Things are
takes on
going to be
b5,
faster
c
here.
takes b5.
I believe rook a3. Or what has happened? Knight f6. That's a strange move, knight
And the
f6.
knight goes back to e2.
Defending against knight d5, e6. He wants to have his knight on d5.
e6 by Grischuk. It's 6.5 minutes for Liren, 4.5 minutes for Alexander Grischuk, but he's a pawn up, although his extra pawn is over. Now it's
Well, he's 2 pawns up.
2
It's
pawns,
only that
one doesn't count that much, but 2 extra pawns.
Yeah. Now knight d5.
Trade on d4.
Well, I think, well, some tactical blunders can be like after rook a2 takes, knight e4, and if black would take, then okay, he can blunder, right? So I found a way how it's possible to blunder, but
Well, rook a2 has been played. Bishop takes, e takes, rook takes d5. Let's see if Grischuk falls into the one and only trap in this position. Oh, rook b2.
King f3. Well, actually, Liren did not stay so well in the whole game so far. Even though he's struggling,
His
he's
best
going
position.
to get,
Rook takes
he's going to
b5.
get rook b3. Ah, rook b5 has been played. Very difficult to create anything.
Still officially 2 pawns up, even though they are doubled, but that's pass pawn 2, pass pawns on the b5, f5. Activating the king, that's something. If the king could make it to f6 or h6, there are some mating ideas at least.
King g7. Not much left to fight for Liren. A sad finish of the tournament.
It is sad because he has been doing so well in the classical games, but Armageddon hasn't been
And a little
a format
consolation
that he...
for Alexander.
Yeah. Liren said himself that he was struggling with the Armageddon with both colors.
Rook d6, black is really going to the safety way. King f6, rook f7. Well, it's some good try. He goes king h5 for sure.
Knight e6, trading the knight into a rook endgame. But black doesn't even have to win it. Even in case of a draw, Grischuk gets the full point.
Rook d2. No, takes. Black will go king g7, I believe. And he goes for the safety. Rook g6, rook h6, taking on h2, obviously, and well, there is not much
And
left.
rook
on
g6, they shake hands because
shake hands.
whether it's a draw or a win for black, it means the same. It's the full point for Grischuk for the Armageddon.